we probably will have to start wrapping things up a little bit, but I still want to talk about a little more with TNA, specifically one thing, and
Okay.
that's Jeff Jarrett Slammiversary.
That
What
son of
happened
a
there?
yeah, he's a real piece of work that Jarrett is.
Still to this day.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where I got called last minute. I was at a show Saturday night, and I got the phone call. Hey, can you be in Orlando? And I knew it was pay per view weekend, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm thinking, there's some X Division scramble or something because they always had stuff like that where they were calling guys at the last minute. All those X Division guys I knew, just they're guys that I came up through the indies with, the Shelleys and the Sanjays and the just all of them. Like I'd known those guys, and they'd always, I'd seen them firsthand. Like, hey, you should find something for Sal. Sal would really work out well here. And probably 2 weeks before that, I did an indie with Petey, and Petey was super excited after the match. He was just, oh my God, I could do that on TV right now. And I was like, well, I don't have that say. I will let you do that on TV.
In a heartbeat.
I'm not saying no, Peter. I'm saying you make it happen. I'll be there. So then I get this call like, hey, can you be in Nashville? It was Dutch that called me. Hey, or Nashville, Orlando. Can you be in Orlando? Absolutely. So I get there, and at this point, like Jarrett knows my name, which to this day still blows my mind. Like some of these guys that like have no right knowing who I am call me by name, and it's just like, what's happening here, right? Like that's not how this is. Like, what is life?
My
And
baby tonight is
yeah,
knows you
no,
by name.
like I bought that tape, I bought that cassette, and like this dude's now just like, hey Sal, I got something for you tonight. Like, what is happening? And so, but like, I go down with you because they didn't give me any idea what I was doing. They just said I had something. So I'm thinking, oh my God, maybe this is it. Maybe I'm an X Division thing. And Jeff pulls me aside. He goes, you a fan of Jeff Hardy? I was like, oh, wow, this is left field.
Yeah,
I
right.
go, yeah, sure. I mean, who doesn't like Jeff, right? Like Jeff's the coolest of the cool. You can't breathe and not like Jeff Hardy. And he
Right.
goes, good. Because you're gonna dress up like him tonight. I'm gonna beat you up. Oh, what? And he goes, yeah. And, and his thing is like Jeff was always transparent with me, which was weird. But he was just like, yeah, they're doing King of the Mountain tonight, and uh, they want me to lose, which makes no sense to me because I'm the King of the Mountain. So I have to get
Great
myself,
line.
yeah. He goes, so I got to get myself taken out of the match. And I was like, okay. He goes, yeah. So we're gonna do a spot, where you're gonna be dressed like Jeff in the crowd. You'll be a little too aggressive. When I'm walking by, I'm gonna pull you out. I'm gonna hit you with a guitar. And I'm just like, man, I guess I'm not doing the X Division match. But I'm also like, man, I get to eat a guitar shop from Jeff Jarrett. Like, that's insanely cool. Like,
It kind of like a dream come true you never necessarily knew you wanted, but
yeah, no, it's not. It was never a bucket list item until I was told I got to do it. And I was like, yeah, 100%. That's what we're doing. Uh, Especially since like at that point, like I'd known I'd got to meet Jeff, and like Jeff was genuinely one of those guys that I was like, man, he's so cool. He doesn't even know how cool he is. Like he's a for real living, breathing rock star. Where like I've seen grown men well up in tears because they got to meet him. Right. So like, and Jeff's just like, yeah, man, that's cool. Like, no, that's a huge deal. Like, I know you're you, but like that's a huge deal for us normal humans. Uh, So yeah, we go out there, we did the spot, and he blasts me with the guitar, and I'm just like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm like Beetlejuice, like I'm like Mae Young. Put me on the list. Like
Oh, what a
this
perfect
is
what a trio right there.
yeah, right, yeah,
Mae Young,
uh,
Beetlejuice, your pal Sal.
yeah, yeah. We were probably going to be in the Chikara Trios tournament one year. Just
Definitely the winners of the King of Trios,
yeah,
without
I
a
mean,
doubt.
yeah. Not even close. But yeah, I know it was super cool, and it was just one of those things. Like, it's funny because I did it, and it was a very cool moment, and then I completely forgot about it till I did a podcast. I'd say about 2 years ago when somebody brought it up, and as soon as they brought it up, the light bulb went off, and I was like, oh yeah, oh man, that's cool. I did that. That's one of the things I love about doing these podcasts is you guys do some research and you'll remind me of stuff that I completely forgot I got to do. Like I said, I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed that like I've got such a laundry list of stuff that I've got to do that sometimes stuff just slips through the cracks until I'm reminded about it. I'm like, oh man, yeah, that's another really really cool thing that I got to experience. Like on live pay per view, I got to be pulled out of the crowd and hit with a guitar from Jeff Jarrett. Like that's awesome.